I was in a short playwriting competition. I was the youngest writer there. I attended the talk of a 30-something-year-old artist who also happened to be one of the judges. Afterwards, he added me on Facebook. I messaged him asking him for tips on how to break through to the industry, but shortly after he kept making sexual innuendos and at one point propositioned that I sleep with him in order to win the competition. I made a joke afterwards to deflect from the topic, but even when he kept pulling the conversation back to sex and whatnot. I told my mum, but I was too scared to report him out of fear of being called an attention seeker or losing my place in the competition. Instead, I told a close male friend and a few other young women in the competition. I've since heard that I was not the only one he was making uncomfortable. I went on a school camping trip. There was a disco. A room filled with hormonal teens obviously got heated, I'll say. Some girls wanted a dance. I was flattered but said no thanks. Being a virgin and having never even had my first kiss, I wanted to shut it down before anything happened. Eventually, my group left and we all went to bed. My room was connected to a fire escape. During the night, I was awoken by a group of people coming into the room. I figured they came in to fool around with some of the other boys. But one of the girls from the party climbed into my bed after taking her pants off, put her hand over my mouth and exposed my genitals. I didn't force her off, partly due to shock and out of fear of seriously hurting her, and being taught not to hit women my whole life. The next day we went back to Sydney as planned, and I didn't speak of this for half a decade. This was also my very first sexual experience. I was so drunk, and I still blame myself. First guy kept kissing me and having his hands around the crotch. I looked uncomfortable. He went for a drink. I look around for help during. The second guy, quote-unquote, saved me, but later the second guy and I make out, but put his fingers up in me, and then passed me around his friends to do the same. Had chance to tell the police that night, but I didn't. They were around the city. I was friends with a musician for a few months. One night he was depressed. I worried for him. I asked if he needed someone to keep him company at home after a gig, and he begged me to. No sex, he said. He was my friend. He wouldn't lie, would he? I must have fallen asleep as we'd watched TV. I was too exhausted to know what was going on. Then I felt his hands pulling me towards him. I felt his body against mine as 1,000 words rapidly fired in my mind. Why is he doing this? I thought he said no sex. Why did he lie to me? Doesn't he know I was asleep? Why am I not doing anything? I went limp, trying to seem like I was still asleep. Maybe he'll stop what he's doing. He didn't. My dress was now being pulled up. I got myself into this. I'm so stupid. Of course he wanted sex. He said he was having a bad mental health day, and maybe this is what I need to do to make him feel better. I gave up freezing and allowed him to have his way. All I wanted to do was be a good friend. I felt so used. I felt like a whore. Why didn't I just say no?